Laney doesn't have his trademark smile on. Laney, give us a smile.
No, he's talking.
No, wow.
He's talking to important people. Laney,
give us a big smile for us.
There we go.
You didn't see it. He was looking at us though. It's fine.
I saw it.
No, we saw it. They didn't.
Oh, the crowd.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I definitely saw it. The smile was for me.
So what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking
Support pick.
I'm thinking that Direwolves need to go first pick. I think that Avant Garde can only ban out Athena, Ares, Sobek. They can only ban out 2 of those in the first stage, and Direwolves need to pick one of those 3.
I really feel like Sobek is the best character in this scene.
Yes.
I like Sun Wukong I haven't seen too much of, so it's hard to say. You know, obviously a very hard god to deal with, but every time that we've seen Sobek has either won or done amazingly.
It's the reason we have the Crocodile skin. They should have allowed the teams to play that. Come on, like when you're in Australia.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's not my decision.
We're the casters. Again, we can do whatever we want.
I know. I'm not used to it, man. I'm not used to being important.
No, we're not important. That's fine. You can go touch the cup before we start, though. In a few minutes.
No, I'll do it.
Actually, we only have like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I was just trying to get you to stand up.
I know you were.
That'd have been awkward, right?
It would have been really awkward, especially since I'm not wearing any pants, but you know.
Game 3 coming up in just a second, guys, as we take a look at the cup that Avant Garde is 1 game away from taking home. Who do you think gets to take it, right? Only 1 player. Obviously, they're not going to cut it up into 5.
Oh, it's got to be Rowe.
Is it Rowe?
100%.
Yeah, it's got to be Rowe. But then again, Biggie's the captain, right?
It's Rowe, though.
All right.
But no,
they can't hear
Rowe,
us, right?
Biggy, and Ochita all live within like 30 minutes of each other.
So they could just like...
They could just rotate, you know. I get it 2 days, Ochita gets it 2 days, Biggy gets it on weekends, something like that.
You know, that's only like 6 days.
I know, then Rowe will take it for the 3rd one because he's Rowe.
Picks and bans, Game 3. We're going right in. Avant Garde, 1 game away from going to the Smite World Championships. We need a 3-game streak from the Dire Wolves to answer back, and it's going to be Sun Wukong to start the ban phase.
Their first pick. This is exactly what I said they needed to do. They need to get their priority picks. Ares taken away. Avant, no. Richard plays so good on aggressive support.
Sobek ban.
Bologna taken away. Athena. No, they prioritize Athena over Sobek. If Sobek is not first picked here...
If they pick Eb, I'm going home. Zhong Kui's good. Zhong Kui's good. It's not Sobek, though.
I guess they're not prioritizing as much.
And look at that. Immediately, Avant Garde's like, yep,
yeah, we'll take it.
Can't believe you just did that.
What do you think Richard can play now, then?
Yeah, I mean...
Xing
10 would be better, right? It has more movement. RichardCastle is getting constantly swarmed, and he has no escape. They're shutting down his rollout. Bacchus is good. I like Bacchus. I like the Humbots.
I was almost going to call Bacchus jungle because ElChuckles used to be quite known for that, but then Hornbots was picked.
No, man, we got the circle comp coming out right now. Zhong Kui, Bacchus, Humbots, team fight presence is huge, and we're going to get a Nemesis to go inside the Zhong Kui.
Makes sense. That's a really smart pick. Rowe likes to play Nemesis. Rowe goes through kind of these streaky periods where he decides, I'm going to really, really learn this character. And he had about a 2-month period where he just pretty much just played Nemesis.
And Nemesis is known as like the counter to Zhong Kui. Zhong Kui is a character that has insanely high health scaling and insanely high defensive scaling as a mage. And what Nemesis does is she just takes a bunch of that and gives it to herself.
Avant Garde looking to ban away here. Gibalanque taken away from Laney.
Okay.
That makes sense, keeping him away from the late game. What do you think Direwolves are going to respond here with? Do you think it's going to be a Hunter band?
Should be a Neath ban. With the way that Subfloor played last game, I would expect this to be a Neath ban. Otherwise, wait, is Janice?
Janice is still up.
Yeah, no, all right, never mind.
But they picked Agni and Zhong Kui.
It's going to be Neath. It's going to be Neath. That's true. Agni is already picked, but I mean, Janice from the solo lane, never a bad idea.
I know that Yada's played it before.
All right.
But I don't know how much Avant Garde played it. Ho Yi picked up for Subfloor.
Jesus has been strangely missing throughout this set.
They don't really play it that much, these two teams. Subfloor played it against Integral Nation in Game 1, but that was really to take it away from Rob Diggity, the carry for that team. Ho Yi's not the top pick, the top pick we really see out of NA and EU that he is in OCE.
Okay, fair enough. Option back over to Direwolves. They're looking for their Hunter, likely their solo as well. It's going to be Medusa to match up with Bacchus. Final pick, they're likely going to look for a Warrior. This looks like Hercules to me.
Ooh, that'd be great. I love Hercules. Thor. Now.
Okay.
That is interesting to me because Chuckles does not like Thor.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, that's not for him. That's
and
for
there's
Yada.
a Hornbots.
That's for Yada.
I was thinking Thor support maybe, then I saw the Bacchus.
A Bacchus for Yada.
Bacchus solo, Thor support.
They're going to run 5 solo and just rush the Phoenix now. Yeah.
Or they could play like 3 mid like Dota or something. And Osiris picked up for Sporks again. We saw him do tremendous work on that god last game. I just don't know where Direwolves team comp is going. I mean, you could put Zhong Kui solo and Bacchus mid.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Dude, Bacchus goes in. Especially if you get some damage online.
Ooh.
Life is good. The brothers Gallagher talking this one over once again. Your mid player and your support for Dire Wolves. Now, Thor or Humbots? Who's going solo? Maybe it's Thor mid. Dude, Thor mid's crazy.
I feel Thor solo, just because Chuckles doesn't really like him that much. I mean, he may have changed since I've last spoken to him, but I know Thor, not one of his favorite picks in the world. It'd be really interesting for me if he did play it and if he performed with it, because that would show how much he's changed as a player. And again, on Lance setting, things change, but I don't know how much they changed where you can suddenly get a Thor in your God pool.
Guys, we're jumping into Game 3 in just a second. Avant Garde is one game away from joining the North Americans, the Europeans, the Chinese, the Latin Americans, and the Brazilians at the Smite World Championships for a prize pool of $1 million. Give it up for the first seed, guys. You can do better than that.
Okay, come on. And their challenges for this one, down 0-2, looking to make a comeback of titanic proportions, is going to be Dire Wolves. Let's hear it for the boys in green. Here we go. Everyone loves an underdog story.
Game number 3 getting started here. A lot on the line.
A tremendous amount on the line. The most important Oceanic Smart event of the year. We've seen the Cup. We've heard about the prize pool. We've heard about the trip for Worlds. But also what's on the line here is pride. Is being the team, the first team from Oceania to go to the Smite World Championship.
We got a solo Thor, Musi.
All right, called it.
It's going to be solo Thor. They've got to take the invade here. But Hunbots hasn't left the base yet.
He's got a red pot. He's looking to be...
Right, but I'm saying if you're going to invade, you want to leave at 30. He's not going to leave until 17, which means we're not going to see an invade from Thor with Bluestone Pendant.
That's curious to me. I guess they don't want to fall behind early like they have in the last couple of games, just play it safe. But as you said, if they've got this combination online, they should be looking for that early game. I don't know what the call is here.
They have some time. He didn't actually leave at 17. He left at 20. The extra 3 seconds plus the 4-second window should be enough for them to get there, but it looks like everyone's going to play it safe. No invasions.
There's a ward there from Avant Garde. Dire Wolves could have taken the outer route to get there, but as you said, taking too long on that one. Buff Camp's going to spawn. Standard starts from both sides of the map. Ward coverage again. Very heavy throughout the mid for both teams.
Going back to speed buff. Good so far. That was actually right on time at the 18-second mark. On the top side, you'll notice very slow. Nemesis, notably very weak in the early game without that red pot, was about 5 seconds later, meaning we shouldn't see Sporks get to lane till about 41 seconds, meaning he's likely to miss 2 creeps in the early game. This should give Yada enough room to take the first couple waves and possibly the first blood.
Talk to me about the Bacchus pick going up against Sobek. I like it more than I like to get because he's got that jump away, which can't really be interrupted.
I don't know. Right there, before we talk about that, let's talk about the fact that Yada had 4 creeps versus 1. Sporks came into lane, and he's Thor with Bluestone, and he didn't take the fight. That means Sporks is just straight up inside Yada's head. That stone face, the crazy eyes that he has sometimes, apparently have a soul behind them. He's shaken.
It's good to hear that Yada has a soul.
Yeah,
I like him.
That's fine.
But I guess, again, it's just a little bit of the intimidation factor that Avant Garde have now that they're up 2-0. Sporks actually becoming very aggressive onto Yada. They're just forcing him all the way back.
You know, one of the things I heard about Yada is he doesn't like people with a lot of energy, right? Yeah. I mean, Sporks has got to get under his skin big time, right?
Definitely.
Like, Sporks is a pretty chatty guy.
He's a happy-go-lucky character.
He is a happy-go-lucky guy, yeah.
Laney getting stunned out there from Subfloor, but Subfloor's the one that's taking a fair bit of damage. Richard jumping into the minion wave a little bit aggressively there, but getting some nice poke out, allowing Laney to clean up these minions before Subfloor can get his damage out.
So far, it seems like Avant Garde have a pretty decent rotation, or rather pressure around the map, but slight lane advantage right now. You can see in this side, Yada's been pushed under his tower again. And you know, you talked before, he likes tankiness. Why are we seeing this Thor?
I don't know. I've never seen him play it before.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
nice
look at the
block.
body block from RichardCastle there. Forced through a map a little bit, but Biggy unable to get any aggression onto Laney, who was his target there, very low on health and mana. So he probably would have been first blood if he'd been plucked back successfully.
Jump back, and I mean, that was just such a good body block. Richard noticed what Biggy was looking for and took. I just can't believe that Biggy has gotten Sobek 3 games in a row.
I mean, it's just pattern recognition. That's all it is. If Biggy's taking away from Richard, there's a reason. If Biggy's... They're first picking it. They're legitimately first picking Sobek, and, you know, that's something they obviously want to play. I mean, just why not take it away from them?
Yada is leveling Berserker Barrage here. Strangely, did take a level of Anvil of Dawn. Usually you don't see that in solo unless they intend to fight. He'll take some damage under the tower, but no aggression coming out from Sporks as he cannot dive at this stage.
No, Yada I feel like he's using that as a defensive mechanism. He wants to be able to escape if he gets a gank coming across to him. But again, the Berserker's Barrage, I really like that with Bluestone. Procs it very efficiently and can do a lot of damage, but really we've seen Sporks be the one doing a lot of the work here in the solo.
3 minutes in, no first blood so far. Although maybe not for lack of trying. Biggy almost getting that first blood on the Laney. Laney placing down was that Laney's Sentry Ward? This early?
I believe it was. He wants to play... He's got it up pretty aggressively, so that's going to allow him to play up into Subfloor's face. This game, I think he's kind of decided, you know what, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to kill Subfloor.
He's going to try.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to have that Transcendence on for a bit, but that Bluestone Pendant is actually not even getting used. You'll notice most of the time that it's all about Subfloor. He'll actually hit him there, but it's not that much damage. He took... It looks paralyzed at level 5, which means he doesn't have that stone... Rather, he has the Stone Gaze available, meaning he doesn't have the hard-hitting Acid Spray.
Rowe looking towards the mid camps on the right-hand side here, trying to prevent Dials from doing it. There's 4 members of Avant here. This could be the first big fight of the game. Ochita looking to hit the mid camps. There's the Fear No Evil coming out of Chuckles. Nemesis ulti for Chuckles walked out. First blood. Yada dunks in, takes down Sporks, gets a double. Biggy very low, goes down in the waters. There's the anvil. Yada looking for the kill, not going to find it. The page there is though Biggy though. Barely living the tick damage. Yes, Kiki gets him there. 3-1. Dai was responding after the first blood.
You know what's crazy is the age is lower to get into clubs here, and yet he still got carded, right?
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No. You didn't take rotate before, you don't take that one.
Kiki getting another kill there. I mean, there was just so much going on, and it was all Chuckles for me.
Yeah.
He walks up there, and then you see this beautiful Agni ult come up. Just one bomb, and Chuckles is like, I could jump over the wall here, right? I could jump away from this, or I could walk into them and throw down one of the best ultimates in the game, and he chooses the harder decision. He chooses to walk into the enemy team on the enemy side of the map, and he set up everything. I thought Sporks for a second was going to make a little bit more happen there with the Lord of the Afterlife, but Kiki was too tanky, gets so much out of it, and Direwolves for the first time this set are in the lead.
One thing you can't say about Chuckles is that he's afraid. And so he will take chances when he's required to, especially now he's in comms with his teammates.
Probably takes too many chances.
You know, you can say that, but I mean, it's good to take chances. He who dares wins.
Yeah,
I think it's the phrase. Something like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know, I think that's what it is. I don't know.
3-1 though. Direwolves up only about 400 gold despite a pretty impressive first run there. I think a lot of that first blood went to Avant Garde. Yes.
Yep. First blood went to Avant. They
so
took
that
down
bounty.
Chuckles.
The bounty was very important. Remember, also getting a lot of assist
you
gold
can see the
for
spike
that as well.
there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you can see the spike for first blood and then just going straight back up for Direwolves. But this is the first lead Direwolves have had this whole set.
Yeah, yeah.
Ricochet not going to land from Subfloor. Biggy just backing away.
I thought Biggy was going to take that.
Yeah, so did I. That's why I was very curious as to why I was backing away. Laney got the mark of the Golden Crow on him, but still not really afraid to get anywhere near Subfloor. Chuckles throws down the Sacred Monkey, not going to teleport through. Ochita was too far away there. But Chuckles and Kiki in this mid-jungle combination is working a lot better this game than it did last.
Well, let's take a look at the golden hand here. You'll notice the Transcendence has already been picked up for Subfloor. Medusa right now, she is actually going to hit her 1400 timing as well right now, meaning she'll be able to get back. She'll have a 15 damage increase, you know, obviously saving for the small amount of stacks given to Subfloor, but we'll also have access to the Bluestone Pendant passive as well.
Look at Avant on the left-hand side. Rowe coming in towards the mid lane. Didn't take the aggressive part I thought he was going to, but 3 members of Avant there just to help Subfloor push up the lane. They've got the whole left-hand side watered up.
Did you see Laney too? He sees the Sobek come in, he goes, what is he doing? He's like, oh, I'll back up, I'm fine, no problem.
Look at the wards from Avant though. I can't see a single Direwolves ward out there. It's just red spots everywhere. It's like a teenager.
Nah, that was good. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
That was pretty good. Back to mid lane, Kiki's continuing trying to stack this up. I think at this point, you know, after this one, he's going to be fully stacked on his passive once again. So a lot of defense rotating over towards the right side. RichardCastle getting kind of aggressive. Rowe in a lot of trouble here. His dash has already been used and his shield is already gone.
Sporks here, though, helping defend his teammate. Chuckles rotating around the top side. Yada goes up. Anvil of Dawn. He's looking for Rowe. He dashed out of the way. Sporks throws down the flail. There is the Fear No Evil. Only catches Sporks, but there's 4 members of Direwolves here. They're looking for Rowe, but they're going to back out now.
Rowe is actually a god.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew exactly what they were going to do in every position. I mean, maybe getting a little bit lucky with the fact that Thor didn't land his ultimate perfectly. Actually, I thought he, hit it, but it was this beautiful activation of beads in response to just the noise that Hunbots makes when he goes for the ult, and then immediately dashes to safety. I mean, Rowe is just proving time and time again why he is considered the best.
This is part of a disadvantage of scrimming a team so much. You know exactly what their habits are, you know exactly how they like to combo their moves, and if you can plan around that and strategize around that, you can just do so much.
I don't even think that's the case. I feel like Rowe is just having the reaction time of a robot.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at him, he looks a little bit like a Terminator.
Robot.
Yeah.
What, he's trying to be sneaky? You're caught now.
I don't think he's listening.
No, he's probably not.
He's probably focused. He should be focused.
He can probably do multiple things at once. Robots can do that.
Yeah, you're multitasking.
Right side, blue buff going to be taken here. Yada rotates down.
Chuckles is there as well, but very little mana. He'll probably back after this. Yeah, there we go. Backing, but Yada, I feel like if that Anvil of Dawn had hit, that could have completely changed the complexion of the fight and at least picked up Rowe.
Laney over here by himself once again. You'll note Biggy has rotated over here a lot, and as a result has stripped away a lot of the experience Subfloor would have normally gained with that Laney level 10 right now comparatively to the level 9 Ho Yi.
He's also got about 250 gold in him at the moment. Not the biggest advantage in the world, but it allows Laney to play some sentry wards out there that Subfloor might not be able to.
But you'll notice that the Bluestone Pendant, right, that 800 gold investment has resulted in a Boots 1 plus a level 1 beads as well for Subfloor, making him a little bit safer in the laning phase.
And a little bit more escapability, that movement speed a little bit higher for him. Medusa passive, though, allows Laney to back out and keep doing some damage as well as retaining mobility. Direwolves around the Gold Fury just dewarding at this point. They're starting it up. Laney's using the Viper shots to get some damage out quickly. Avant Garde know what's going on, but they're not in the area. Chuckles blinks towards Subfloor at this point.
2,000
Fury
health.
Under half health, under a quarter health. Rowe coming in, looking for the steal. Direwolves get it. Rowe very low. There's the Fina Weevil from Chuckles. The shield comes out from Nemesis.
Subfloor getting a huge swing, and he goes right back down with the dive bomb, finding a return kill to the Gold Fury. And it's not over yet. Biggy going right to the back line. Kikiomeo stuck in the back. RichardCastle intoxication man full of dawn.
RichardCastle with a double. Yada with a double as well. It's just Sporks left. He's looking for kikiomeo. He falls down to Sporks at this point. Beautiful stun there onto Yada and RichardCastle. He's fighting 1v3. He doesn't want to stop. He's looking for Yada. Double. Sporks looking for the triple, but RichardCastle jumps at him beautifully, burps him away. But Sporks 1v4 gets himself a double.
And then walks away like it didn't even happen.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Oh my god. Avant Garde answers that fight beautifully, but it's still Direwolves who comes out on top. Let's go to the graphs.
2,500 XP, 1,800 the goal difference in favor of the boys in green at this point. 7-4 the kill count. Sporks taking the right-hand side mid-camps, but this is a flip of the switch for Direwolves.
You know, at the same time, that was so important for Avant because Avant's in this position where they just won 2 games in a row and started losing. That can affect your mentality. But when Sporks walks into 5 people and just says, like, what's up, and takes 2 of them down and then walks out as they run away from him, that keeps morale super high.
And you know what? Everyone on his team saw that because they're all dead. They're all spectating Sporks at this point.
All right, dude. Damn.
What?
No, they're all dead.
I mean, it happened. You know, they can't deny it.
Kiki by himself against 3 in the mid lane, but left side camps going to the blue team. Right side camps, it looks like he might have as well. Yada, some damage out. Actually, no, not going to send any, and maybe thankfully consider Rowe had that shield up.
Rowe's been throwing out that shield at just the correct time. Laney getting to poke that a little bit.
Dude, Subfloor's ricochets have been sick today.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him miss one yet.
No.
And the reason that Avant was able to do so well in that fight that they should have lost pretty handily was the fact that Subfloor got one of the nastiest double bounces I've seen in a long time.
He also put his Sunbreaker ult down in a really good corridor that Direwolves were forced to retreat through.
Right.
So as they were going back there, they were slowed and they were taking damage.
But they didn't consider RichardCastle coming out of the jungle with that Intoxicate kill, and then out of nowhere, Yada comes. I don't know why the mages didn't work, but solo Thor it seems to be his calling.
It's real.
He's 402 right now.
He's only got boots doing damage. He's got Teleport 3 as well, Bluestone as well. Do you reckon that's maybe a mystical male he's going for there?
It could be. It most likely will be. You could go Mid-Guardian, considering the fact that they have 3 auto attackers on that team. I definitely want to see Mid-Guardians. I want to see Frostbound Hammers, Witchblades, Enfeebling Curses. All of these things should be present, or maybe not all, because some of them overlap, right? But there should be 3 to 4 Mid-Guardian males on this team, guaranteed.
Ochita, he hasn't really had the presence in this game as he has the last couple of games, been able to put out tremendous amounts of damage in both, really hitting great abilities. He's just kind of been there. He hasn't been doing bad, hasn't been doing good, but typically when Avant Garde's doing well, Ochita's doing well.
So far, Ochita has not really had much presence. I mean, I think the first engagement that went so well for Dire Wolves was a result of Ochita maybe getting over-aggressive and throwing these bombs down in places to cut paths off instead of controlling the space in front of him.
Yeah. Look at the play damage. Look at Yada, 5,800.
Wow.
Just 2,000, more than 2,000 a hub.
And it is a Midgardian Mail,
yeah.
which means it's going to, remember, the Midgardian Mail proc, if we can actually hover on this, the Midgardian Mail proc, if you hit someone, there's a 25% chance to slow attack speed and move, I'm sorry, 30% chance. Wow, that's even better than I thought it was.
And look at the health as well, 350 health, 60 physical protections as well.
And now it's going to be really hard considering you slow attack speed by 30%. That's a straight 30% damage reduction to a lot of Sporks damage.
I wouldn't mind seeing a runic shield come out of him as well to get some physical power and some magical protections, allow him to really attack Ochita. But now Yada caught out by 2 members of Avant Garde. Going to try and teleport away, but Chuckles is there as well, just keeping Avant Garde away.
I love the way that Sporks rotated down below Yada, because if Yada didn't teleport exactly when he did, the tether would have started to tick up a little bit more and more, and he would have been able to use Lord of the Afterlife to cover every single option. And I think that's something that Sporks has been doing very well, is considering and counterplaying more than he's trying to initiate.
Biggy here hanging around the mid-camps, possibly looking for a pluck, as Dire was looking for this left-hand side mid-camp, which isn't flashing yet, just starting to flash.
Laney just popped Viper Shot. And he'll get to use it. Right side, or left side camp's going to be going, it looks like, to the blue team for free. Dive Bomb's going to be used. Subfloor goes right back down. Defensive, rather, belly flop will get him out.
And that's been a difference this game, is that Richard's been able to get out of these situations. The last couple of games, he's been picked on. Chuckles forced to use the Fear No Evil defensively. Nearly taken out there. Rowe kind of chasing him at this point, but just keeping him off. Avant possibly looking for the gold tree, about to spawn. There we go. It's up. Avant's hanging around at Chuckles, is going to be forced to back, but Yada is around as well. Kiki sitting in the mid lane quite comfortably, but Avant Garde starting up with Gold Fury.
Chuckles might be kicking himself on this one. He was way too far out of position in that last engagement, and as a result, it's going to be Kiki that's going to wind up going down. Acid, or rather, the Stone Gaze doing a lot of damage, but there's just nothing to do in the front line here. Yada is alone. I don't think he has it.
No. He's going to be taken out unless he can find the teleport. Biggy misses the pluck. Great wall there, but Rowe able to get out of it nicely. Chuckles picks up a kill onto Subfloor. Rowe gets the kill onto Yada on the backside. Laney's got another one onto Ochita. He's got a double kill. Chuckles very low. Sporks picks up the kill there. Subfloor, no, is that Rowe behind him? He's looking for Laney. Sporks there as well. RichardCastle, the burp. Rowe manages to get away from it. The double dash. Laney's going to go down. And Richard forced to walk away, but Avant Garde unable to take the Gold Fury.
Dude, Rowe is just so good at this game. He dashes out right as the Belch is going to stun him, doing damage, and then immediately dashes back in once the Belch has gone off to make sure he deals extra damage, puts himself back into melee range. This guy is playing on a completely different level.
He used to play with a lot of pro players on NA ranked, and he'd be doing fairly well for himself.
I can definitely, I could see that. I mean, the way that he plays is very North American style of play. It's very, I'm going to wait to see what you do, and I'm going to counter everything you do in the flashiest way possible.
The North American time zone for streamers and stuff like that is very favorable for OC. You're able to catch a lot of the action down here. Typically late live streamers as well, like Allied. Shout out to the church. He's just, it's really good to see those kinds of players. RichardCastle pull back in, has the belly flop available. See, as I said before, last game, he would have been dead.
But remember, they didn't get the Gold Fury. Avant Garde still had maybe not the best engagement overall because of the way Chuckles got back in. And this time, it's going to be a 5v5 and all of the ultimates available. Chuckles did that last fight without Fear No Evil.
Kiki looking for his red buff. Sporks zoning out most of Dials at this point.
Beautiful. Sporks, just beautiful play there. Throwing out so many abilities to keep Chuckles back and then just throws down the sentry in the fall. Uh-oh, Laney looking to get blocked. Yeah, he's blocked. He's in a lot of trouble here.
Chuckles gets hit by the Nemesis ult. Petrify doesn't land. Biggy looking for Laney, and Chuckles just keeping them away. But in the back line, it's Rowe getting low, but Sporks gets a kill. Kiki gets one on return to Rowe. Ochita is the target. Dashes away from the belly flop beautifully. Biggy is there. Subfloor fighting Laney along with Sporks, who gets the kill. Kiki's there. There's the stun. There's the burp from RichardCastle. Subfloor up in the air, right into Yada. Spin to win, but Kiki gets the kill. Biggy in a lot of trouble at this point. He could go down any second, but he heals up nicely. Yada very, very low. Kiki looking for a kill at this point. Biggy should go down to an auto attack. Kiki gets himself an unofficial double kill there, and that is a 3-for-2 trade for Dire Wolves.
Dire Wolves seems to be much more in control this game. I think a lot of it having to do with this Zhong. Kiki has had such a better game, having a little bit more tankiness. And of course, the switch from Geb to Bacchus has been incredible for RichardCastle. The movement is getting him out of so many different situations. And the Intoxicate not only doing a ridiculous amount of damage, but forcing absolutely insane defensive maneuvers out of Subfloor. And really, there's nowhere to go because Yada is covering every option.
Yada's played a level above this game on the Thor. While Sporks is 2 levels above him, Yada has been influencing these team fights like no one else. As soon as he comes crashing down or when he gets in there with Mjolnir's Attunement, he's just been changing the way Avant's been fighting.
I mean, and the kill participation is huge at this point. There's, 10 out of 13 right now for both Yada and for, it looks like, kikiomeo, and then RichardCastle's 11 of 13 with no deaths.
That's insane to me that he hasn't died yet, considering he was the one being picked on relentlessly last game. I really like the pen boots choice from him there.
Yeah, I mean, Bacchus does damage. I talked about it in the beginning. Have you seen what Bacchus can do?
Oh, yeah.
This is trouble. Gold Fury's getting low here. About 6,000, little under 6,000. We're getting a rotation in. RichardCastle trying to get through. They are probably going to have to reset this.
Yeah, Avant Garde reset it, but RichardCastle picks it up. Good stun onto 2 of them. Yada ducks in onto Subfloor, forced to jump up. There's the Nemesis ult as well. Rowe looking for Yada. Sunbreaker comes out, Chuckles low, but Richard gets the kill onto Biggy. Subfloor getting extremely low again. Rowe just chasing away all of Direwolf's Sporks as well. Gets stunned out by kikiomeo. There's the Recall Demon doing so much damage to Sporks. Burp's going to take him out. RichardCastle with the kill. Firebomb from Agni doesn't land. Laney clears out of water, and Direwolf should get this Gold Fury.
That was insane. And really, I don't understand why Avant didn't win that with the way that Direwolves were positioning, but I think it comes back to Yada. He got to the backline, he gets the cute stun, lots of damage, and in the end, they're going to get a Gold Fury.
It's free. Avant not even going to contest it, not even going to try for an Agni bomb steal there. And really, Rowe was kind of split in that fight. He didn't know who to pick on because the fight was so all over the place. He wasn't sure which one his target was.
I mean, so many people got low.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could see Yada actually running out, and it was so smart because he waited for so long to throw out his hammer. He saved it for the very last second, dodging an ability with it right at the end, and not only doing that, but baiting people to try to chase him. And then it was, again, kikiomeo running it down. Let's go to the damage charts and see how well those demons have been bringing him up.
Laney top damage along with Yada, only 8 damage difference. Kiki sitting at 5th with 7,400, almost 7,500. But look at RichardCastle though, 7,400 on Bacchus.
He's ahead of Agni as support Bacchus. That's not a thing. But Chuckles, notably very low once again. I feel like Chuckles is getting bullied in a lot. He's 1-4 right now, but he's getting the big points off. He won the team fight for his team early on. Not to mention, he also has been getting those Fear No Evils to disrupt everything. He is the reason Yada is staying at the top of the damage charts.
He kind of likes to play those setup junglers rather
Laney
than
might be dead here.
Laney with the Petrify doesn't stun anyone out there. Ochita and Rowe picking on him. He doesn't have a tower. Rowe going to take him out there.
Wait, Yada's in the air. Yada's looking for the stun, and he's going to come down. He's going to find the stun. Ochita doesn't have his dash up. He does get the stun up. Double tap, not going to hit. Blue stone.
Oh.
No, not enough.
Ochita barely getting out there with his life. Look at the left-hand side, though. Subfloor and Biggy have just been pushing this lane ever since that Gold Fury. Take down the Tier 1. He's going to take down the Tier 2 here as well.
Avant Garde answers a pretty big gold win right there. They bring themselves up to 46,400, only down about 2,600 at this point.
This is the closer game that we really thought we'd see between these two teams.
Yeah, this is the game I was expecting from the get-go. We're apart by 4 kills at 21 minutes. It's been a little bit more action-packed. This seems to me like Direwolves have taken the limiters off themselves of, I don't want to fight because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
They're taking chances, and they're winning team fights as a result.
Kind of what I said yesterday about Avant Garde in their first match against Integral. They've kind of woken up.
Yeah.
They realized, this is for all the marbles.
So let's talk about builds a little bit. Yada going into the Jotun's Wrath. Next up, I imagine, would be the Mail of Renewal to finish up that CDR.
And that also, the passive on that is just so strong.
Yeah, 50%. Especially with the way team fights have been going.
Yeah, exactly right. It's going to allow him to stay in there more, use more abilities, have more health, have more physical protection. It's a fantastic item.
Laney just has to be a bit more careful. We're seeing a lot of Lacerate usage. Oh, Rowe taking a double tap there. A deep double tap. Not even able to get that shield off because level 18 Yada investing points into that stun duration.
Yada's doing a ton of damage at this point. We saw Laney was just barely topping the damage charts. Yada pretty well up there as well. That's a combination of the Bluestone and also just the way he's been able to land those Anvils of Dawn right into 3 or 4 members of Avant and just pressing the 3 button.
22 minutes deep right now. Direwolves still maintaining a rather small lead, but still relevant. Yada could be in some trouble here.
He's got the teleport away if he needs it. There he goes. Sporks chasing him down a little bit. There was just some poke from Avant. They weren't going to overcommit here. Ochita being chased down by Chuckles at this point. Just going to dash away very safely. There's big grouping from both teams all on the right-hand side of the map here. Dival's kind of indicating they want to fight here.
Yeah, they're almost gesturing as if they were going to try to fire. And you can see Rowe maybe thinking the same thing as he tries to keep the pressure on in the jungle. I don't know what they're looking for.
Both teams playing pretty defensively at this point. Well, Dival's pushing up, but not kind of over-aggressing. Look at the level difference between the supports.
Wait, did I just see a blink over on the left side? Yeah, Chuckles went in, but he's getting handled right now by Subfloor.
But he's taken Ochita down to under half health. Yada's up in the air. Dunked down by Kiki, gets the kill before Yada can even land. And now Dial was looking for more. Yada throws down a wall to stop Rowe. But it is
Sporks.
all kikiomeo. There's the Petrify from Laney. Sunbreaker comes out. Sporks very low. He goes down to Laney. And now the Dials are the one in the driver's seat. But Rowe looking for Kiki.
Not going to find it. Subfloor, however, will get the dive bomb. Very low Subfloor with a double kill. Flung back. Yada forced to beads a little bit late. Triple kill for Subfloor. They're trying to keep it going. Yada very low here. Is Subfloor continuing it? He's not going to get the Quadra, though. Biggy steals that one away. But it's going to be a deicide. Avant Garde going to take the lead.
Very, very good counterplay from them there. Fire Giant being immediately targeted by Avant Garde, and that is exactly what they need to do at this point.
Proper tanking so far. Subfloor, however, getting pretty low. Needs to avoid the lava at all fronts, and that's what he's going to do. Biggy and Rowe taking a small amount of damage. Fire Giant switches to Biggy.
Look at the dash away. That was
I don't know if they have this. Oh no, Biggy's going to die.
Oh,
Subfloor is getting very low. He dives bombs early. Rowe getting very low.
Oh,
just
that was
barely.
And then Rowe popped the shield as well, so he was a little bit safer there towards the end. But my goodness, that was a close call there from Avant Garde. A gutsy call.
Sporks didn't quite respawn in time for the Fire Giant. Biggy didn't quite make it out of that magma burst. We're going to take a look at the charts. It's going to be pretty much an even game at this stage, except for the fact that 3 of the damage dealers right now on Avant Garde are going to be repping that Fire Giant buff.
Yeah, it's about a 200 gold difference. XP probably pretty equalized by this point, I think.
No, look, Chuckles is 3 levels behind Rowe right now.
Richard's 2 levels above Biggy, however.
As is Kiki over Ochita.
So that'll normalize it a little bit, but Chuckles really being under-farmed and under-XP'd in both of these games.
He's dying very quickly in fights, not getting a lot of damage off either. You can see he's barely able to swing. He's going into a Spirit Robe next, as opposed to going into crit, so he's not going to be able to get much damage. But look, the Midgardian males are coming out. We're getting a 3rd one built right now onto Bacchus. We don't
Kiki's
have an
got
Enfeebling Curse, however.
Kiki's got a Midgardian as well.
Which is great.
For extra protections, extra health. Direwolf starting up the gold feud, trying to build back up the lead. They've kind of fallen off a little bit here. Look at the burst potential from Direwolf.
But over on the right side, no one is protecting this tower. They do have teleport. They should spot Rowe moving in here in a second. But it's going to be up to Yada to rotate down very quickly. He should probably make the rotation now.
He's got a teleport 3. He's standing still. Yeah, he gets there. Preventing the tier 2 from falling. Rowe going to try for the blue. Oh, he's backing there. It's a very dangerous spot for him.
He's caught.
Biggy, RichardCastle needs to take the aggressive.
There's no way he gets out of this one.
Come on, RichardCastle, ElChuckles looking for it here. Chuckles blinks in, fear no evil. Rowe uses his beats, dashed away, but RichardCastle's right there. There's a sprint coming up from Rowe as well. Nemesis ulti as well, but he really shouldn't get away from this RichardCastle with the Intoxicate. Yada going up just to safely secure this kill. Onto Rowe, he dashed away. Yada holding it beautifully, waiting for the dashes, doesn't hit it. There's the sprint to win. Is Rowe going to get out alive? Rowe gets out here. RichardCastle still looking for it. He's still caught. There's the stun, but Dial was forced to back up. Subfloor gets a kill onto JustLaney in the backside. Ochita is so low here.
This was complete tunnel vision. They sent everyone in to try to fight the obviously invincible Rowe, and all the while Subfloor is just destroying everyone. Avant Garde has turned this around completely. Yada gonna get taken down. Subfloor credited with yet another kill, and he dives right back in trying to find kikiomeo.
Kiki between 3 members of Avant. If Biggy can get a pluck, it's game over. But Subfloor has got himself a double. RichardCastle being chased by Rowe. There's the burp. Rowe getting stunned out. Richard, no mana though, gets the drink off to get himself some more protection. Now Rowe dashes away. Tier 2 mid to fall.
They spent so much into Rowe, and they didn't manage to get him. The movement was incredible, and it was great use of Heavenly Agility. It was the way he used his ultimate not to strip away protections, but to just get himself a little bit of extra movement speed. There's another ultimate. Chuckles going down again.
He manages to get out. RichardCastle with the belly flop there. Sporks taken very low. Tower aggression. Petrify from Laney doesn't land. That's the mid Phoenix gone now. For Dire was an Avant Garde just backing away very smartly, perhaps clearing out the jungle. But
belly flop.
Best option just to get out while RichardCastle's here.
Belly flop. Is he going to go for it? It's up. He's got him. Sporks getting lower.
Viper shot doesn't land, but the stun's there.
They'll find one.
Yeah, Laney's got it.
But I mean, hey, 1 for the Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I mean, not worth.
Direwolves now at a deficit here, about 1,700 gold. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the tunnel vision is getting outrageous for Rowe. They're spending so much time trying to chase him around team fights, and Subfloor is just decimating the field.
He's gotten to that late game stage where Ho Yi just deals all of the damage in the world to you.
I mean, he's 9-3-6 right
goodness.
now. Biggy 1-6-13. I mean, they've been splitting a lot of their damage, but most of it's coming out. I mean, the ricochets have been insane throughout the entire game.
Yep.
The dude's accuracy has been actual Archer level. Like, this is a Hunter player to me.
Around the Fire Giant, most of Avant Garde group there. Yada pushing up the solo lane. Doesn't know that Ochita and Subfloor are there. Stun lands onto Yada. He could be in a little bit of trouble here. Taken down to about half health. He just goes up in the air. The burst not quite getting there. Down to a quarter health. Yada manages to get it out all right, but oh my goodness, look at all the damage he took.
That Midgardian Mail proc has actually stopped some of the damage from Subfloor. I don't think it saved him, but it definitely helped. I mean, who knows what would have been landing on the other side of that one. But Yada manages to escape, but that's going to be an ultimate down.
Fire Giant spawning in 30 seconds here, and I think if Avant Garde take that, that could be game.
Wow, Fire Giant's already back up?
Yeah.
That was a really quick 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, there was a lot happen.
19-19. The Wolves played direly here on this one.
Really?
Yeah, that was good, right?
Really?
Was that all right?
I mean, you gave me one, I'll give you one.
All right, all right.
You get a pass. All right, Chuckles warding up his speed buff pretty defensively, using a sentry ward on it. But all of Avant grouped around this Fire Giant again. They really want to take it. It has spawned back up.
They have a good pincer here. Chuckles now out of position, though. Able to send some damage back.
Oh,
Chuckles.
Biggy right there.
I'll miss you, buddy.
See you, man. There's the Fear No Evil. Uses the beats preemptively. Jumps away again. Rowe chasing him along with Sporks. He's got the tether, but ElChuckles able to get out all right. RichardCastle and kikiomeo here. Yada gets the double tap on the Biggy. Does no damage whatsoever. And now Avant Garde have turned their attention straight to the Fire Giant. Subfloor is already there. And they look like they're going to start this one up. It's going to be up to Direwolves to get something here in order to stop it. But it's got to be to get past the raid boss that is Biggy.
What a great ward, too. They don't even realize that they walked through another one, but Avant Garde being very safe here. They don't want to throw, right? They don't want to give Direwolves a chance to steal this away and turn it. It's 19-19 right now, almost at the 30-minute mark, which means at this point they can't afford little mistakes anymore.
Only 1,000 gold about the difference here. A lot of Avant hiding on the other side of that wall. Direwolves don't know they're there. Direwolves don't know where Avant is at this point.
Oh no, they just killed a ward. There was a ward placed over. All 10 of them know exactly where each other is. RichardCastle to the back line. They're going right for it. Subfloor getting low, but Rowe immediately turns it around. Chuckles going down.
Ochita gets a kill. Yada dunks onto Ochita, who immediately backs away. Subfloor with the Sunbreaker ultimate. He's taken low. Kiki gets him with the recall demons. Ochita extremely low at this point. Kiki looking for him, but the lurking in the water does so much to Kiki.
Oh
Great belly flop from RichardCastle. Burps down onto Rowe and the Sporks. Biggy picks up Kiki, but Yada gets returned onto Ochita. Kiki gets a kill on the Sporks, and Rowe's being chased by Yada. Spin to win. Yada's got himself a double.
It's only one more. They're trying to chase down Biggy. How long until we have Charge Prey online? Oh, it's going to be 4 more seconds. He's trying for it. Laney's the only one going, and he gets hit by the Midgardian Mail. They should just send RichardCastle to stop him from backing and go immediately to that Fire Giant.
They're not even going to bother stopping him backing. They're just going straight for the Fire Giant. Mid-Phoenix, though, is about to respawn.
Yeah, and they're going to lose their Phoenix for it. If that Phoenix spawns now...
Biggy didn't back.
It's not enough time. The Phoenix will die.
Yeah, Phoenix is dead. Biggy's still here. He's looking for a steal. Lane doesn't know he's there. There's the tail whip.
They're not going to get FG off this. They chose too many different paths, and as a result, they're not going to get anything out of it. 6 seconds until Subfloor and Laney is crippled.
They left it. They left it.
That's going to hurt.
That's a win for Avant. They lost the team fight, but they won the battle.
That's going to hurt. A small amount of gold that they win off that. They shrink the lead by a little bit, but they still lose their Phoenix again, and that Titan has been just bodied, right? I mean, it's at about 60% of its total health right now with one tower left up. I mean, you're maybe looking at 7,500 health.
The thing that's been really working in Avant's favor is as soon as Chuckles goes into the fight, Nemesis immediately ultis him and takes down half of his health.
So Ochita is near the Gold Fury. So is Subfloor. Subfloor is going to spot this. Which means Laney's going to have to back. He spent a lot of time on this. Can we see gold in hand, please? Now, a lot of this, you notice Laney about 1,100 gold right now is going to be in some trouble. They need to not only defend the Fire Giant, but he still needs to back and spend this money. He's on the wrong side of the map completely. Avant Garde is in a really good spot.
They're in the driver's seat at this point, just in terms of, I think, psychology rather than necessarily in-game statistics, but Avant Garde not starting it there. Direwolves clearing out a ward. I think Avant's just waiting for a good pluck or something. Subfloor, it's like he's baiting the Fire Giant, just kind of trying to see what Direwolves' response is at this point. Look at the tight gripping from Avant here.
Yeah, they're in this choke point. Flung back RichardCastle, trying to play to the front line. Forces Subfloor away. Over the wall comes Chuckles. Forces Biggy to ult immediately.
Yada up in the air, goes down to the Subfloor. Spin to win. Stunned out very nicely there by Sporks. Yada forced out of this fight. Kiki gets the Nemesis ult down onto him, but he's using recall demons. He gets the kill onto Subfloor. But Ochita gets the kill back onto Kiki's ElChuckles. Jumping away, RichardCastle. Beautiful bird, but Sporks picks up the kill onto Chuckles. Great backflip there from Biggy to Laney. Forced to use the walking edges, but he should go down in 2 seconds. Viper shot's not going to be enough. Rowe gets the kill. Sporks bodying 2 members of Direwolves. Yada looking for a kill into Ochita, but not going to find it.
He's caught, and he knows it. Avant Garde about to get the DSI. Beautiful shot from the back line. RichardCastle off the mark as Ochita begins to bait him. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
Sporks gets his kill. Is this going to be Fire Giant or is this game?
They're calling it. They're calling it.
They're going for it.
And look at, can we get a camera shot right now? You can see Subfloor, hands behind his head, just looking at his team from the grave.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be 15 seconds till Chuckles spawns.
I think they're going to Atlanta, dude.
I think they're doing it.
I think they got it.
Avant Garde going for the Titan. 50% health, 25% health. Avant Garde already standing up, hands on heads. Ladies and gentlemen, Avant Garde are your Oceanic Smite regional champions, 3-0 over Direwolves. They are going to Atlanta, Georgia to play for the $1 million prize pool at the Smite World Championship.
An amazing comeback led by the jungler Rowe. Has had such an incredible set so far. You can see the big hugs coming out from the team. Lots of smiles. A little bit more glum over on the side of Direwolves, but they played an incredible set.
That third game, man, if they played like that from the start, it could have been a completely different story. But Avant Garde truly showing why they are the class of the competition. They showed up today.
Yeah, they yell the Avant Garde chant there. Oh. They've got to be living on Cloud 9 right now, and they'll have a chance to maybe face them too.
That was a good one. I'll give you that one. That was a good one. That was a really good one. I'll give you that one. They're probably pretty eager to do it as well.
They're walking off here. Give some handshakes, and it's smiles from Laney. You know, they're scrim partners, they're friends, I'm sure.
They're so happy. No matter which of these teams go, both of these teams are going to be pretty happy. They love each other. They're all great friends. And, you know, Ogre and Laney, they're hugging it out. They used to be teammates on Citadel Game. Oh, look at Coach picking them up. This is great to see. This is what you really like about esports, is the camaraderie between all the players.
A rough set for the Direwolves, but Avant Garde, I mean, they just played brilliantly. And a lot of that was Rowe's 1v4 fight over in the solo lane near the tier 1, where he just baited ultimate after ultimate after ultimate, manages to not only get out of the fight before so much tunnel vision, and then Subfloor comes out of nowhere. And you know what's funny is you said before that he's not known for his Ho-Yi. That was the best he played all day.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I mean, he might not be known for his Ho-Yi. It doesn't mean he doesn't play it. He's just known for other things, but oh my goodness. Avant Garde. Like, I didn't think they could get any better. They've gotten better. They are a better team here on this LAN stage.
They're stepping over in front. Everyone getting ready for the, Czech presentation winner ceremony.
So, yeah, Direwolves should be getting some nice medals. They'll go home with something. And, you know,
sure.
$20,000.
$20,000, not a bad day for losses.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, we lost 3 days. We only got 20 grand, like life.
Feels bad, man. You know. I mean, I'll take it if they don't want it.
It looks like they're ready to go. So we're going to switch this over to Sandman. No, not ready yet.
Oh,
so we're going to switch it over to Husey.
Okay. Well, about these teams.
Look at the smiles on these guys' faces,
Look,
though.
on both teams. Laney's grinning. He's just happy to be here. But, you know, really from day one, it's been Avant Garde. It's been back when they were Insight, but Invitational Ladder, Pro League, everything. It's just been Avant Garde from day one. And, you know, it's what I said from the start. They've never lost a set where they've won the first game. But we're going to hand over to Sandman now. He's going to be talking to Direwolves.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the Direwolves. These guys have fought so hard all season long, coming through the OPL, winning yesterday against SYF, and coming through today. Unfortunately, they are our runners-up, but they're going to pick up $20,000, an absolutely huge prize pool for these guys. Their first ever LAN. I'd like to invite Daniel to come over, and obviously APC as well, to present the medals. Guys, these guys have done so well all season long. Give it up for JustLaney, RichardCastle, kikiomeo, ElChuckles, and Yada. I suspect there's only been a couple of really strong teams, and they're just unfortunate Avant Garde has come through and picked this one up today, because if they weren't there, I suspect these guys were pretty far ahead of the rest of the opponents, and in any other situation, they would be our champions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Direwolves. And ladies and gentlemen, our champions, we do have Avant Garde over here. We will be presenting them with their medals and the winner's check. These guys, again, have fought very hard all season. We had Captain Coach come in here a little bit halfway through the OPL. I might ask you, how are you feeling right now, Coach?
Pretty ecstatic, yeah. I'm super proud of the guys. They especially like all the effort they put in and the hard work. It's paid off, and it's insane. Like, out of my mind. Like,
are you excited to go to Worlds again?
oh yeah, definitely. Going for that first spot now, right?
Yeah, exactly. No second this time. Australia's counting on you, Coach. We need to come number one. So we're going to present the medals and the winner's check to Avant Garde. We'll get the same guys out here to present these ones. We'll get Daniel and we'll get APC over with these medals right now to hand on over to the boys. They certainly do deserve these. This is such an amazing prize pool that we have here. Thank you very much to hi-rez. We'll hand out the medals right now. Of course, we'll shout out to all the boys. We have Subfloor, Biggy, Ochita, Rowe, and of course Sporks. These guys will be representing us very, very shortly, just in January. They will be heading through to Atlanta for the World Championships of Smite. This is the first time we've had a representative over there, and it's going to be a great experience for all of these guys. The $25,000 winner's check, we'll present that to them as well. They've worked very hard for this. Well done, boys. Before we present our inaugural trophy here to Avant Garde, I want to have a massive shout out to everyone who has made this event possible. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Plantronics, HyperX, LG, and of course, Origin PCs. Thank you very much to all the other teams who have fought hard win the OPL, to Integral Nation, to SYF, of course, to the Dire Wolves. Thank you everyone here who has supported Smite. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get Avant Garde over to this winner's trophy. They took out today's final in devastating form, picking it up 3-0. They were your Pro League champions and have not dropped a single game since the beginning of the OPL. They are the inaugural Smite Oceania regional champions, and they are your representatives at the $1 million Smite World Championships in Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your champions. It is Avant Garde!
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.
there is no moment in history where I could stand and say, arithmetic begins here, now.
Road.